Uh, only thing chat missed in the meanwhile is people have learned how to dump stuff into space.
Vaguely.
So Skip's no longer just dumping car batteries into the ocean. He is dumping rocks into space and causing, what was the Kessler syndrome?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot how to cut off a chunk of my spaceship. Because
It is Alt D.
Alt.
Yes. It is Alt D.
There we go. Excellent.
Look at these fancy space boxes they're building. It's that. Why are you using red belts?
Because that's what I ordered many moons ago.
I see.
So, we have 3 types of asteroid, right? And that's what's on here.
Yes. Okay. I'm finally making space science on my ship. So, at the very least, until you guys figure it out, we do have space science. What's up?
How do I get the cursor off?
Which
Q.
cursor?
Q worked. Q worked.
Q, yeah.
Yeah.
Q is select and deselect. E is confirm.
Oh, it's not happy because I apparently made a donut.
Yeah, it doesn't like donuts. If donuts were allowed, we would be able to speckle out the entire inside of our spaceships to save weight, and then we'd create this weird meta of really stupid looking things and blueprints of spaceship the bodies that are just pulled.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can already kind of do that if you run lines through your ship to put empty space, but you know. Yeah, we're doing that there Factorio thing with the nerd.
We're facting our Oreos.
Are you guys sharing chats?
Yes.
Yes.
I think.
The chats are shared. The invite is in no mic.
You just fact your Oreos.
Mm-hmm.
Is there a way to send space science down, or do you want to consume it on the deal?
So here is the next step of spaceships. Now that you've asked, if you shift click something, you put it into your orbital drop shot slots, and they'll just go straight back to the planet. Where I have built a very handy cargo bay somewhere. Yeah, there it is. I've built a cargo bay.
Interesting. Okay.
I may have fucked up that cargo bay and put requesters instead of passive provider chest, but it is what it is. Yeah, you can also set up the cargo system to request from ships, and they'll automatically start offloading stuff. Yeah, you tell the space science to drop through orbit, and it will land here, and then we can send it from here over to our science array, which thankfully we've converted to being all remote, because we'd then have to build in a 5th science. 7th science. 7th science?
Moon science.
See, I have run into funny issues, Wara, where I had so much stuff going to my cargo base that weren't being used. I needed to expand my inventory. So that's just my default. That is my default grid for my power base now. Yeah. All right, we now have space science on all things. But yeah, this little grid will help sort out all of our shit. It's like doubling the space without putting cargo things on it. I'm pretty sure one of these chests is more than one of those cargo things. I might be wrong, but whatever. That's fine. We do have like 1,000 of them I could put down if I really wanted to. 100. Yeah, same thing.
Biscuit.
Hey, yeah.
Check your DMs.
I'm gonna send these down.
What is reprocessing?
Reprocessing?
Oh, that it requires science, I see.
Yeah. That is the fancy dancy science that lets us turn asteroids back into themselves. Or convert asteroid chunks into other chunks of specific types if you set up things a certain way. You can use it to filter all asteroids into a specific asteroid type if you so choose. What are our productions looking like? We're producing 2K blue per minute, 400 red per minute. We're consuming 2K blue per minute. We're consuming 100 red per minute. That explains why red science got caught up so nicely. All right. Or blue, green, whatever. We're consuming 30 green per minute. We're producing 48. So, yeah, we're starting to stockpile stuff, which will be really nice. What do you cost? You cost blues. I mean... No. I'm not gonna fuck with that. You okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So the music is actually pretty good.
For Factorio? Yeah. Every planet has new music. Yes. All right. So people are figuring out how to build their stuff, and it's great. Actually, I guess the only minor spoiler my satellite would have is negated by just looking at science. Because the science tells you that this shit's coming.
I can't believe you'd spoil us, Egan. How dare you?
Really fancy little stupid logistics satellite, which is counting the total counts of everything in certain machines. And then it's choosing which research to be making with the one factory it has. I'm going to make a bunch of these. And these are just going to kind of float around space at where we need them to deposit resources. Hey, Kana, welcome in.
It's Kana. How you doing, Kana?
Hello.
I assume the asteroid and the carbonic asteroid are the only trash, right?
Yeah. Those are typically the ones you can have a lot more of. The ice you're going to need a lot of, and there's not really a lot.
Yeah, we don't want to get rid of ice.
Yeah. I mean, you're going to want to get rid of the trash for now, but when you can reprocess ice, you're going to want to keep ice. But all the extra carbonic, yeah, throw that shit in trash. It's going to fill up your fucking lanes. You have 2 monkeys now. Oh? Family made a pillow out of monkey. Oh, no.
It's really good. I want to know if you've shown Monkey his effigy and that he is now a voodoo doll.
You have? Oh, no.
I can make you. And I can unmake you. Ah.
Skip's getting
Woke up and saw-
Shipperson figured out.
I mean, to be fair, I would also hiss if I woke up and saw that someone had made a pillow of my brother, an effigy of my brother, and put it in the room that I was in, and just been like, what is this? Yeah.
Somebody
What's up?
posted, I forget where it is. Somebody posted somewhere here. I'm going to tell you why that's wrong in a minute, by the way. Somebody posted something here somewhere about you can order cardboard cutouts, and they're
Oh, I
not
did
that
that.
expensive. You did that?
Yeah.
You
I was
So
in,
you
I
could
was in the
literally-
Offkai Discord, and they were talking about how they used for indies, how they ordered their own cardboard cutouts and they use that site.
So yeah, you could just order a cardboard cutout of your brother and put it in his room while he's asleep. But
That's
yeah,
terrifying.
yes. What is wrong? What is wrong here, Skip? Is you can't withdraw from the cargo base. You can only withdraw from the main hub.
Motherfucker.
Yep.
Really?
Yep. It's a bitch.
Why?
Space. I don't know.
The final frontier.
Yeah. This is why, like, when you looked at mine, the compact everything in one space thing only works for specific designs.
Ooh.
Because yeah, you can't withdraw from cargo base.
The effigy is very cute, Kana.
The pillow looks so silly. Oh, that's
It's so
great.
good.
Where is this? I must see it.
It's in stream chat. Check
It's in stream chat. It's in stream chat. It's
Oh,
great.
It's amazing.
Yeah. So a funny and easy way to deal with this, Skip, is to maximize surface area around the outside of your hub for running belts around your entire ship. You can also put a cargo bay directly in the center and then run underground belts around and out of it. And then you can have all the other cargo bays connected to that one. But yeah, you need one connection point to your main thing. Also, it won't delete those 2 cargo bays because you don't have enough storage connected to actually get rid of them. Because you have too much iron ore in your inventory. You could probably start to dump that down to the planet and it'll fix your problems for you. Yeah, shipbuilding's an art. Yeah, just dump all that shit in the trash.
Be gone.
Into
Hey
the
there, Mama, come in.
trash. So how does
But-
one fabricate?
You need an assembler. Because you can't go up there and craft yourself. So you would need to put down assemblers and then line supplying and taking back from the assembler. Yeah. The sad, a skip, and a tiff too.
Oops.
It's like the start of a joke. Do we walk into a bar?
4 VTubers walking to a bar. All 4 of them end up saying ouch.
Ow.
Mm,
It's just cruel
Accumulator?
and unusual, Egan.
Yeah. So, my first ship was very much just an array of looping belts, and then a bunch of sorting hands taking off of those looping belts and putting onto other belts. And it was belt spaghetti, but it worked the way it needed to. And then I had belts running between belts to shoot out to places where I need belts, and I was using underground belts to minimize the surface area of the long belts so that I didn't have to worry about them. Because you could just make that entire square around the outside of your thing underground belt sad.
okay,
And then you have more room for other shit.
I have a question.
What's your question?
Which assembly
So-
machine does it matter?
Each tier up is faster, but we have 986 of the green ones made. So no, it does not matter.
Okay.
We have so many green assemblers, just throw them on your shit. It is one of those things that prioritize getting made for a good reason, because they are just so much better. Copper's not quite keeping up with demand. Okay. I need to introduce another copper line, I think. Alright.
Oh, is there a specific assembler we need to use?
No. No, there is not. Okay, I'm going to disconnect you. I'll leave that architecture down there, though. I'm going to connect you at this point. I'm going
We
to turn
need the
you...
science places too, right?
No, you do not need to make science up there. You can just drop the science down to the planet.
So the ingredients for the science?
You could technically do that, yes. No, never mind. No, I'm lying on that.
What?
No,
What?
sorry.
Okay, I'm confused.
When you said science place, I thought you meant the research, like the big blue dome.
That's what I mean. Am I not supposed to do that?
No, we can use the science on the planet, but you have to craft the science in space.
Oh, is that using it? How do you craft science? Oh, okay.
Now you
okay,
gotta,
okay.
yeah.
Now I get it.
Yeah. If you hover over white science in your thing, it'll say it has this crafting surface conditions, gravity 0 m/s. Can only be crafted in space. It can exist
We also
outside
need
of space.
We also need to make a smelter, right, to make iron plate.
Yep. Smelting your iron rocks is a lot better than constantly ordering iron plate from the planet. I'm going to run... Actually...
Does our electric furnace need power? Oh wait, we have solar power.
Yeah, you have solar power. You get to run all of your shit off of solar energy. Well, that's gonna fuck something up. That'll be fine. Now I need to do the other end of that, which is gonna be... jumping out to this length. I have lied. this length. There we go. And I'm going to put splitters on you periodically just so that these filter down. And that way, these lines can be a little more full. And that is going to overfill that line. Yeah. Okay, I did not think that out. I'm just going to jump this line. There we go. That will work out better.
You can tell we're all in hyper concentration mode.
We're in the big think.
Okay, for splitters.
Yes.
Are there how do you run multiple lines of things? Like I can get 2 things on a line. How do I tell it to put it on this side or that side? And
So
is there only the green bulk inserter, or
we do have a lot of the green bulk
extended
inserters.
one?
Yes, there is a red extended one. You can use that to move over an extra belt's worth of distance. So if you use like a red inserter on your grabbers, for example, they can output 1 space over from the other belt. And then you can have just a dedicated line of extracting asteroids, right?
Okay.
To put something on one side of the belt, the insert here, I'm just going to draw on your spaceship for you. You looking?
Yeah.
So if you wanted something on one side of the belt, right, you could do something like this, where you put something like that, or you go like 1 space up and then you do it like this. And then you can use that to empty onto a specific side of a belt.
Uh-huh.
And then you just make a bunch of little structures like that are constantly splitting and putting to certain sides of belts. Or if you want to get real lazy and you just want to fill both sides of a belt, you would put like a splitter down. You do something like this, and then you do this. And then that will take the entire stack coming in, split it into 2. Half of it will get put back on one side of the belt. The other half will continue on the other side.
I see.
Stuff that goes into a splitter will always come out of a splitter on the same side. So if it's on the left side of the belt, it will pass through on the left, but it'll also get split and put onto the left of the belt it's splitting into, right?
Mm-hmm.
So for your asteroid belts, if you want to double up, you'd go on the other side because your asteroids are loading on the right, and then they'll get split on the right, they'll pass through the right, and then they'll get dumped on the left.
Okay.
Yeah. this little setup is a very simple way to do the other thing. That was just split a bunch of belts with belts to lay back on top of belts.
Okay.
And then, yeah, long and splitters just let you put outputs further away or take from further away if needed. They let you compact things really nice and tight. Yeah, watching that Space Circuits video is going to be a must later for getting your spaceship to actually run itself without you needing to micromanage it. With that said, yeah, you're gonna need to micromanage it for a bit. If you want that cargo bay to go away, Tiff, just dump all of your iron ore into orbit. That's fine.
No, I'm gonna be processing it in a moment. That's
Okay.
a later thing. When it's empty, it's going away because that's where the stuff is gonna feed back into the ship.
Oh, okay. And yeah, it's if your input back into a ship is just one belt that has a bunch of random shit on it, that's fine. Just dump everything back on the same belt. Because if it's going into the hub, it doesn't matter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've run into issue.
What's going on, Seth? What are you up to?
I need a furnace and it's not delivering because it's one thing. And I can't process anything. My inventory's full.
Yep, I'm having a similar issue.
Feel free to just keep dumping it into orbit. Just dump all of your excess shit down to the planet. You might just get rid of the ice rock sad for the time being so you can get more space. It's
Oh.
okay if you run out of ice at this moment. Yeah, the bay is full.
Well, I have yeeted
Goodbye, eyes.
all of my lasers into space. Was
Yeah.
not a wise plan.
So what kind of happens there is whenever you request anything, it's going to send a full stack of that item to space. So your ship is going to have a lot of extra shit just laying in it waiting. Ooh, is the ship Shipperson? Oh, you're trying to figure out how to get iron into your system now. Okay. Yeah, you're waiting for deliveries. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. The satellite had like
bullshit though. Can I do this as bullshit?
Let's send a bunch of extra shit I have accumulated up in space down to help with processing
Can
orders.
you take a look at what I'm proposing here on my ship?
Yep, I will look in a moment.
Pretty sure I can do this and it'll work.
Yes, that will kind of work.
Hell yeah.
That will kind of
don't care,
work.
so
They'll steal from each other, but it will kind of work.
that's fine. I kind of don't care.
I need to see what you did.
Look at this shenanigans. I've daisy chained the
Yes,
Furnusy.
that it isn't optimal, but it will kind of work.
Listen, dude, the first thing they taught us in engineering school was, does your shit kind of work? Great, then optimize later.
Fair. All right, our copper's
That
filled
wasn't the
up,
first
which
thing
means
That's not a terrible idea. Like,
Thanks.
I
if
don't
it
like
works, it
review.
works.
Glowing review.
No, I'm trying to figure out what you're. Okay, so
Wara had a good point though. The iron plate feeding back down the line will just turn into steel.
boo.
Yeah. You would need another output line to take steel back to your thing. Which, good news, you just move them all over one space to the left, and then output to the right, and then just run a steel line back to your main hub.
Fine.
Yeah. It's... That was the only downside, is that now you're making steel in space, and your iron intake's not going anywhere because it's putting steel into the middle.
I was so clever.
You were clever, you just didn't think about steel. That's fine. Yeah, I guess everybody's waiting on furnaces. I'm gonna check how many we have in the system.
We have 50. Wait,
We have 70.
we have 70.
50 sit on a rocket. Yeah, okay. So what's gonna keep happening is it's gonna send up a rocket with one set of furnaces. And then we'll have to wait for it to go back down. Oh. There's something weird happening on the planet. Oh, people's inventories are full, so the rockets aren't launching. That's why... Okay, somebody's requesting a bunch of stuff, and the rockets are currently tied up with your request, but your inventory is full.
My inventory is not full.
It might be Sads. Or, actually, might be Skips. No, it's Sads.
It's not full.
No, my inventory just became real full. It's full of iron I can't produce.
You know what you might do, Sad? You have extra cargo bays. If you move this belt up, you can put an extra cargo bay next to them. And then you pretty much double your inventory size again.
I still need to figure out how to get rid of these fucking cargo bays.
Oh, you know
They
what?
need to empty first.
My inventory's full also.
Do you want me to set up a request order on the planet to steal all of your iron ore? Just to free up your inventory, guys?
Okay, I have more
Why
inventory.
did it give me 48 solar panels?
It gives you a full
It's a
stack.
full stack.
You get a full stack every time.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
They have to be connected. That's stupid.
The cargo bays, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, if you don't want a full stack, what you can do is you can manually load the rocket yourself and send it.
Just envy your inventory. I know, right?
I know what I'm gonna do.
Whatever. This ain't the first belt, Factorio belt crime I've committed, and it won't be the last.
All right, we've made enough space that the rockets are launching. I'm stealing people's iron from orbit, but it'll be fine.
Oh yeah, now how do you do that? I've been wanting to do that for a while, and I can't.
Oh, so in your ship, Tiff, if you control-click something, you fill up those orbital drop slots across the bottom of the hub. Those will then shoot down to the planet.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
There we go.
Yeah.
Finally, we send back all the shit we don't need.
Yep.
Like all these
Send
solar
it all
panels.
down to Earth. The carbon's not useful down here, but the iron can be. The ice is kind of useless down here, but whatever. It can just sit here for a bit. Worst comes to worst, if we become too full, start processing ice into water and dumping it into a lake or something. Wait, who's requesting research domes into space? Tiff.
Me?
It wasn't
Why?
me.
Why would I not?
Oh, Skip. No, don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that.
Why? That's how you.
No, because you would need all of the science in space, all of it, to then use the research dome.
That's stupid.
Yeah, it is easier just to send your research back down to space. I mean, back down to the planet.
But what if I want my research on the planet?
How do I undelete something?
Control Z.
What if it's been a long time?
Control Z a lot.
Well, now it's.
Well, it.
What's wrong, Tiff?
What are you trying to delete?
I'm trying to undelete my cargo bay.
Oh.
Oh, you just
Oh,
place
no.
another cargo bay on top of it. And then eventually it'll delete itself and replace itself with itself. Alt D, hold shift, unremove. Oh, I didn't know that was a thing.
Okay, so in order to do this correctly, I have to make the sheets first, then I make the science. So I need a separate thing, or can they do it all in one factory thing?
You need electric furnaces to make the sheets.
Okay.
Yes. But you could output from the electric furnaces to dump back into a line to then go over to the iron factory to fill in that spot.
I see. Okay.
Yeah. So if you turned these into electric furnaces, you could have those long inserter out to this line and then just go. Or put a second line behind them and then just go. Either way. Hey, people's spaceships are progressing. Exciting. Seeing stuff start to move. As soon as the first person who isn't me drops space science down to the planet, we can start researching.
I'm processing.
Thad's getting it. Thad, you're making steel. Thad, you're making steel. Thad, you're making steel.
What do you mean I'm making steel?
You're making steel. You didn't filter
God
the
damn it.
arm.
No. I've made mistakes.
You have made mistakes.
That's iron. Yeah, okay. Damn it.
Gotta wait for it to finish processing what it has. Or you could do, like, remove it and then put it back down. There you go.
Wow.
Oh, that is processing space science. Now you just gotta output it back into your shit.
I ordered some steel just so I could get stuff running.
Oh, and then you started accidentally making steel and you're like, wait,
Yeah.
why didn't I just do that in the first place?
This is the way. So I need another arm to take my stuff and throw it into that one.
Yep.
Or throw it onto a belt and throw it into that one.
Yep. You can, if you put it up a slot, you can you can put an arm straight into it.
Mm-mm.
And that is a way of keeping things nice and tight, is you just use the extra space between them to put fucking inserters. It's
And I
fine though,
can
because
just
once
put-
we actually have space science, you guys see what you need to make next, you're gonna go, oh, wait, hold on, how do I redo all my shit again? Yeah, you might not be able to output what you want on the corner and feed it in. It might actually be too tight for that, Sad. I'm sorry, I'm looking at it.
What was that?
So you'd have to receive from this assembly machine, but you don't really have space to put anything to go into it. See what I mean? Like, you can't input into these. You can only input into this. So you'd have to output from... Yeah. That, or you'd figure out...
I can do a thing. Give me a shenanigan.
If you really wanted to, you could figure out logic circuits and then have the filter on this change and have it spin around constantly. But that's black magic nonsense. Oh yeah, you can also do it like that. Output to the side, then just dump straight. Yeah. Yeah.
Magic.
That's thinking with belts. What science are you guys lacking? You know, you are lacking yellow science. Okay, kind of. Only kind of, though. I could
Do I have to
let...
tell it a specific amount of stuff? First, if I put science into the orbital drop, does it have to be a specific amount to send it?
Nope.
Or is it just what I have?
It will literally just send whatever you have.
Okay.
I wish I made room for this to output both sides. Then again, this is still old factory. I haven't converted it to the new shit. Also because that would take a lot of time investment I just don't want to do right now. Oh shit. The green circuits are backed all the way up to where they're being made now. Alright. And we still have remote circuits. We have so many remote circuits. Oh god, okay. We're doing pretty good. Everything's going pretty well. None of these need to be making things anymore. I'm gonna put pauses on the bots being made because we have a lot of bots on our system now. Those can just kind of sit there. That's fine. Network didn't get split. We're good. I'm going to want to conquer those iron ores and bring them in. Just so I can have more steel. Honestly, we don't have enough steel output.
I need to process more iron.
I see what happened here. I'll put this here. Here. This between them. Copy Skip's blueprint and keep going. Then I'm going to conquer this iron.
We have green underground belts yet? We don't.
No, there's a specific planet we'd have to go to learn those. So hey, Sad, have you sent down any science down from space yet?
Science in this economy.
Yeah. You should send them down to the planet, and then we can start doing
There you
science
go.
stuff. Hey.
Have a 50 bomb.
All right. I'm going to manually tell the cargo bay to start grabbing science now. Give. Good. Okay. Now, we have 2 minutes left on the current science. I'm gonna queue up the. Actually, I'm gonna start the new science first. I'm gonna just slide this over. This will take 25 minutes. Oh no, that's based off of current estimates. All right, now it's gonna take like 5 minutes.
We're all super concentrating super hard, I can tell.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I know I am.
The brain waves, they're braining.
You gotta make your ship look nice, and you gotta make it functional. You know?
Yeah, that's the bigger problem.
Honestly, accumulators are a good call.
What's an accumulator?
It lets you store solar panel energy.
So you accumulate.
They're like big batteries.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why you're not being
Why is that
sent
a good
electric
idea?
furnaces. Accumulators are a
Cool.
good idea because later when your spaceship actually goes to places, some places don't make a lot of things. And also, War is saying please look at the in-game Factorio thing for satellites. I mean, for asteroids. Yeah, if you didn't know, the game has a built-in book. It actually has like little preview images of how shit works too. It's great.
Neat.
Yeah, pretty cool.
Okay, this is full once again. I'm gonna sand all this plate back. Oh,
Eventually, they'll look at this and then they'll realize. Oh,
They'll
they're sending
recognize the
accumulators
VTubers.
instead of furnaces up to you. Yep.
I already have all my accumulators. I don't need any more.
Well, somebody requested some or something.
I requested accumulators. It was me.
I'm gonna make more rocket silos. That way we can get more rockets being made. Factoriopedia. Is that not tips and tricks? Oh, it's the book. Right. Oh, yeah, the weird thing I use Alt to reach. Yeah. Yeah.
Actually, I don't want to do that.
Those will be interesting to see. I'm going to take what we currently have. I'm going to copy it over. Lined up right, yeah. And then I'm going to copy it over. And then I'm going to copy it over. Take this for placement's sake. I'll put this. Oh, whatever. I'm gonna do it like this. Yeah. Yeah, that's definitely going to be a thing I tell people to do before they send their ships is, hey, make sure you make a blueprint out of your current ship.
Oh, that seems like a smart idea.
Yeah, that's do that before you launch your ship in any direction, because space thrusters are done. So, We have completed space thruster science. That means some things. That means we can choose the first planet we want to go to. Or we can research them all and say, fuck it, we don't care.
I think we should go in groups.
Yeah. But we should still choose which one to research first. Yeah, I'm just gonna set them all to research. They'll be done when they're done. And then we can talk about our options when they're done. Yeah, now you guys can put thrusters on your ships.
Yippee!
Which means I need to make thrusters. Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna be interested to see what the group consensus is gonna be where to go.
Space.
It'll certainly
Yeah,
be
that
space.
one.
Put down 2 more rocket pads. How many more can I fit? It's certainly working. Oh, wait. Is that out of pipes? How the fuck are you out of pipes? Do I not have a thing? No, I have pipes. What? Is nobody prioritizing delivering pipe?
Pipe.
You
It's just not feeding pipe. I see. Too many bots bringing stone to the landfill. Yeah. But landfill is maxed out. I'm gonna just pause this for a little bit.
How do I destroy a blueprint? Somehow I filled my whole inventory full of blueprints.
You right click them, and then on the top right, you press delete. Or you put the ones you actually like into the blueprint book, which can store an infinite amount of blueprints. Alright, the researches to discover planets have been started. We went from 3 launch pads to 6, and we're about to have our 7th. Oh yeah, you can also make blueprint books out of groups of blueprints. That is another thing you can do. So your blueprint book can have books inside of it, which is kind of funny.
Okay, so we need a different arm for it to be short and not go on the long side.
Yeah.
Does it have to be the green one for that?
Green one is a lot. Green one will shit out a lot, rather.
How do we make it so that it goes on the short side of the conveyor instead of the long side?
Here, I'll come look at what you're up to in a moment. Oh no, you can't. The inserters will always go to the opposite side of the belt. If you want me to, I can draw somewhere so you can see how to do it with belts to redirect which way they're going. Here, bring your focus to the planet. We're just gonna look right here. I'm gonna choose belts we don't have. I'll choose these belts. All right, you looking sad?
No.
No.
One moment.
Okay. Gonna draw some lines.
Okay. Where are you? Oh. Me forgetting I don't need to leave my menu, I can just look.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, so I gotta do one of those.
Yeah. One of these is how you flood a belt on a specific side. Or you could do inserter shenanigans and pass them over back in a circle to get back to where you are, but it's not worth doing it that way. Yeah. Any one of those kind of things will put items on a specific side of a belt.
Gotcha.
Thermo is asking Tiff if you'll change your Fugi React to your winter outfit.
Yeah. When I have time.
Yo, I feel that.
One day.
Actually, I'll just leave the belt spaghetti up there for visibility.
Please, thank you.
Visibility.
I haven't quite figured out how to do this.
Okay. I will leave those there to reference. And then also, I guess there is always this one, which would be split. Actually be done one tile sooner, so. Alright. I left the spelt spaghetti up there for people to reference. The last one I put up is a way to split two items on a belt to being on the proper sides of the belt if they get mixed up. Or otherwise splitting out to split in and doing shenanigans.
Hmm.
And then that will properly flood both sides of the belt. Have my stations been made yet? Yes, okay. I'm going to declare war on those bugs. I'm making a new tank. Alright.
Gasp.
It is tank time.
Yeah, I've been waiting for these electric doodads for a while.
Which electric doodads? Oh, the furnaces?
Oh, the
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't
furnaces.
know why they're
Why
not
haven't those
fucking
sent?
sending. Here.
You have
I'll
the
go-
inventory space for them too.
I'll go put a bunch into my
Oh.
inventory and dump them into the system.
It says there's not enough to fill a rocket.
Somebody might have got a bunch of requested and then they didn't send their extras back down to the planet. Which would have an adverse result of nobody else having extra to request. Because it will send all 50 in one shot. I just put another 100 into the system.
How do we split a stack?
Very carefully. Hold on, I'm trying to find a good place to put a tank. Right here. You right-click the stack to split it.
Not in the space thing.
Not in the space thing, you can't split stacks in the space hub.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's either all or nothing.
Yeah. I want to fuel that as well. I want 4, I'll call it 6 spare nuclear batteries at all times. I'm going to do something real quick. Zoom over here. Pick that up from the floor. Take that out of that tank. There we go. You're gonna deliver my tank, and then my tank is receive its stuff. All right. I am going to put fission reactor. Two batteries. Legs. Energy shields. Lasers.
In order to weave belts, you need to have a different colored subterranean thing, right?
Yes. So you need different colored underground belts to go between them. Or you can just have a second belt line and use a long inserter to do it that way. But a good example of a belt weave is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 2, then 2, then 2, then 2. You can technically weave them over longer distances, and technically you can weave 3 belts now because we have blue. So you could do yellow, red, and blue. But anything on the yellow belt's going to be really slow for production. Go over here. I'm going to make some of you. I'm going to make some of you. Make you. I'm going to make a couple more. Actually, hold on to that one for now. So I'm not stealing from the ships.
There's
Put
not
these
enough
back
room for
into the
that
system.
here.
Oh. Interesting. Interesting. I get a rocket to land and it's like, I don't know where to put all this stuff, so we're just gonna dump it on the ground outside of your cargo of your
Yeah. Yep. It'll do that. Are people actually getting their smelters now? Yeah. Yeah, okay. Those went out. Okay. Sorry about that, guys. I didn't expect you guys to just not have smelters for forever.
No smelting.
Smelter, no smelting. I'm gonna send my extra thrusters back to Earth. I'm gonna send those. Alright. So, if people want to start experimenting with putting thrusters on their ships, we do have a stockpile of them. We, in fact, have 25 of them.
Wow.
Rocket capacity is 5. Okay, so I can stop making those for a little bit. How is this looking? It has none of what I requested. Fantastic. Anyway.
Hmm.
I think I can finally start to swap these for speeds. How is this going? That'll start to help with. I heard something disconnect. I'm now insanely worried. Oh.
Bum bum.
Oh no.
Bum.
Ba-da-do. 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 Then help chat. Eventually those will get replaced. Okay. Put this here, and I specifically want to grab the extra blue circuit sitting on that line so that I can continue crafting shit. Okay, good. I'll let those craft a few extra just so that people have gear. There's a handful of those on hand for each. We can look at what comes next. I have a fully decked out tank. All right.
Let's go.
I'm gonna go fuck up a bug outpost. I may have got a little too overzealous and already need to be repaired.
Your hubris.
I crashed into a bunch of walls and they did a lot of damage to me. I'm thinking it's because I go so fucking fast.
I have felt your pain.
First planet research. We're on to the next one.
Planet.
But yeah, people's ships need to be up and running, or we need a ship up and running before we go anywhere. So, thrusters are a thing. Thrusters are cool.
I see.
Yeah.
Do we have to make those up here?
Yeah. Oh no, they're being made back on the planet. We have to ship them up here. And they have to go along the bottom edge of your base.
I see.
Yeah. That's
why aren't
their...
my accumulators accumulating power?
Because you're probably using as much as you're feeding into them.
Oh.
You probably just need more solars. Yeah. you need to expand anyway because you need room for your thrusters. And then once you have your thrusters, you got to go make fuel. You can only make fuel, and you have to do this, you have to do that. It's a thing. Once you place your thruster, you'll understand, oh, I have to, this sucks, okay. And then everything will make sense. Yeah, I'm pissing off those bug nests, but it's fine. I'm gonna bring my new enforcer over there. Oh, whoops. Cut out power. That's a mistake. Green worm. I need to get rid of it.
It's a big worm.
It is a big worm.
Is it the wormiest?
Yeah, unfortunately.
It has a really long reach too. It can shoot like 34 tiles away.
Ooh.
When their quality benefits change, they can shoot even further, but that's a thing. All right, so park the tank right here, where it will be safe. Hopefully. All right. That's an oops. Need to bridge that. Okay.
How many thruster is needed?
As many as you'd like. For the sake of speed, I would say minimum 2. But you could have 1, you could have 8, you could have 20. Thrusters are a weight to speed ratio kind of thing, which is why you can see your weight on your ship. But also, the more you have, the more fuel you need to provide. 2 is a comfy spot. 4 is doable. My main ship and my main game, where I currently am, I have like 20 of them.
Oh god.
But so you see all these funny input outputs on the thruster head?
Yeah.
only need to-
Do I need tube?
You need tubes now, yes. But you don't need to put tubes to all of them. You only have to put tubes to one set. So like, if you use the front 2, you can leave the back 2 alone, or if you use the back 2, you can leave the front 2 alone. Or you could use like the front to do underground tubing across everything, and then the back to do... It's you have room for reason. But hey, look at this funny fuel they're asking for. It needs thruster
Green and
fuel
red.
and oxidizer.
Wow. What does that mean?
Well, that means you need chemical processing plants up here. And then
boy.
chemical processing plants then use water, which means you need to turn ice into water. See where this is going? So, you have everything you need in space to make this fuel at all times. But this is why ice is so important. Because you need ice for the water for the oxidizer. and the
I see.
thruster fuel. Yeah. If you look at the satellite has a really simplified way of having it set up. Yeah, the middle outputs water to each of the sides, and then those have materials being put into them to make the proper fuel, and then those are underground piped over to their proper sections of the engine. But yeah, you need to learn fluid dynamics to get your ship to go anywhere.
Oh boy.
Yeah. It's easy once you get the initial one set up, because then you just use underground pipes and just kind of follow your own pattern across your ship. It's easy. Yeah. So you're gonna need 3 chemical plants. And then the oxidizer. Is this one the oxidizer? Hold on. No, the fuel needs carbon. The oxidizer needs iron. So you could just literally put one belt down the middle if you wanted of iron and carbon fused into each other, and then have that just feed straight into a like 2-sided thing with fucking chemical plants on it.
Sorry, I realized I broke something. I need to fix it.
Mm-hmm. I am going to do that. I just realized what those were doing. Free up resources. Alright. How many of these do we have made? We have 5. I'll let that make 6. You are done making things. How many of these do we have? We have 12. You do not need to make anything anymore. Ever again. We have 7. I'll make that an even 8. We have 54 battery 2s. That'll be fun. Oh, I guess I actually need more of these. Never mind. Okay, you're done. Stop making things, you're done.
Dynamics brings me back to engineering. Cool, specifically. There was a joke going around that you'd hit 21 and then people would take their fluid dynamics lessons. And by that I mean drink.
Yeah.
Drink water, become moist.
Yeah, that's it.
Water, yeah. Wow, my overhead light's really flashing.
I'm making science now.
Hey, there you
Let's
go.
go.
Be back.
Not as clever as I thought I was.
No. I mean, your array of iron smelters is working just fine.
Yeah, that's clever. This is less clever.
Oh, the fact that you now need to put a belt down the middle of everything to try to get boosters going? Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
I can just scoot the... That's not gonna be a problem. I can scoot the accumulators over or just kind of scoot them somewhere else. I'm not too worried about that.
I'm very cautiously watching what you're doing, Zed.
I'm trying to weave and it's not working because my brain keeps messing up.
Oh no.
Because it keeps doing that. It's like, wait, nope, that's not it. It's still on the same side.
You got to be weaving yourself, Sad.
Do you want an easy way to split
Oh
that
wait,
to two sides?
wait. I figured it out. Maybe.
You know what you could do, Sad? You want me to fix it for you? You want me to make this real silly and fix it for you, Sad?
Damn it. Sure.
All right. So you want it on the opposite side of the belt?
Yeah.
Okay. So we are going to grab these. We're going to go out like this. Yeah, did you know you can insert into the sides of underground belts?
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So only the side closest to the entrance will actually do anything. Now it
My
kind of
inventory's
cuts.
full again.
Now it kind of cuts
Yeah,
off this grabber, but you can just like do Control X and paste this grabber over. And then that grabber could grab from there, but now it's backed up on both sides.
Yeah. Mostly because everything else is backed up again because my inventory is full.
Just
Ship out the iron
send shit
again.
down to the planet. Easiest way to deal with it, just keep offloading your excess, just send it straight down to the planet. If you don't want those 2 extra thrusters you have, just send them down to the planet too. Somebody else can use them.
Yeah, I'll do that.
But a single wire, I mean...
Wire. What are you talking about?
You can use the logistics system to tell your shit to auto offload things or to stop producing things. Or to even spin belts so that all of your asteroids get emptied out into space. Tiff has successfully made science. It's just not being input into her system.
Oh yeah, I wanted to finish making my science farm.
There nowhere that's actually producing green circuits on the thing? Oh, there is. Just... Okay, I'll leave my wireless circuit system alone. Yeah, Tiff is certainly getting stuff nice and tight. You will need all that belt lane space to actually do anything, and it is kind of a problem.
See, that's smart.
And then
What?
after that, once she
smart.
realizes she needs some of these resources she's already grabbing, she can then split and conveyor them further down her ship. May need a couple more solars, yeah. Your electric stuff is running slow because you're not meeting demand on your ship.
Oh, yeah.
The more solar panels you have, the faster they're gonna run.
Okay. I can make some more solar panels. Not a big deal.
Hmm.
Now that I have a vague idea, I kind of want to delete and start over. At the same
Feel
time,
free.
I don't.
If you want to blueprint your current ship, it's Alt B. You can save it permanently, and then you can delete everything and start again.
Alt B. Oh, and then I just
Yep.
highlight everything.
Yep. Why don't I just delete those? And I'll just fucking take my tank over there. Probably get rid of the legs and put extra shielding on my tank. 'Cause yeah, it's a lot faster than I'm used to. Good. The nuclear tank is safe. Gonna bring it back to where it belongs. And just rest it on the inside of here.
Did it not get saved?
Did you not blueprint it?
I thought I did.
If you leave your ship, you can hit E and check your inventory. Your blueprint should be in your actual inventory.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
So then what's B for? Oh, what?
B is your blueprint book to get it out of your inventory.
Okay, should I put it there?
Mm-hmm.
Into my blueprints or game blueprints?
Game blueprints will make it available to everybody in the server. My blueprints will just keep it there. My blueprints will expand every time you max it out. Like if you look at my stream, my book is kind of big compared to like the starting 2 rows. I've like bought 4 extra rows. And it's just because I keep lining things down the side of like certain relevance to each other. How's this going? This is currently doing fine. Probably make a second one of these in the near future, just to send with them.
Gotcha. Do 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 do.
Yeah, it's building your spaceship. Like once you get thrusters on, you start to understand everything needed, and then it's like, oh well, I guess I got to delete all the shit that was in the way prior. Tiff isn't gonna have that issue because she kind of built outwardly. Because everything she's gonna need for her thrusters is already, yeah, everything she needs for her thrusters is already going in one direction. And she can then split them off and jump them and figure out the logistics needed to do that.
Does it not make sense just to have things going in one direction?
Oh, it makes sense.
The supply going in one direction, and then the product,
the main
going
coming
in the other
yeah.
direction?
Yeah.
It makes sense. I just didn't think this way.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I need to get thing here. Okay, now I need to get thing there.
Yeah, other people's ships are shaping up in their own unique ways.
I feel vaguely insulted somehow.
I don't mean to insult you. Like your ship's current setup is like super efficient and tidy. But you're gonna have to belt out of these places, and then your crafting shit's gonna be in the way of the belts.
It's cool. I will fuck up for myself.
Mm-hmm.
I like how I'm jealous how Skip set his up. I bet there's a way to do that where you just daisy chain shit.
You could. When it comes to when it comes to certain things, you're gonna need to daisy chain them later. What's your question?
Is how do I get rid of everything if I don't have inventory space?
You just keep sending. So you have two options: send everything down to the planet, or put everything onto a belt and send it out into space. You can just throw everything out off the side of your ship, and that will be the quickest way to empty your ship.
That's so wasteful.
It is, or you just keep ordering more belts, more cargo bays. Like, you don't need to put the cargo bays like that. You could put a cargo bay in the middle. Like it will. I'm not sure if you can see my thing and what I'm doing.
I feel you can hover over things, yeah.
Yeah. So if you copy a cargo bay, you notice they'll fit in between, and they'll fit in the middle of the two instead of on the sides. And then you can do that, and then you can expand outward again, and then you can just go, you know?
Oh.
Yeah. And they can chain however you want. Just one corner needs to be touching.
I see.
Yeah. And that will give you more room to work with shit. You have to delete your front-facing wall, but, I mean, your ship's going to expand it in a line anyway, eventually. So you might as well do it now instead of later.
Yeah.
And just look, if you expand your entire ship forward, you have so much room for cargo sad.
How much cargo?
No, cargo of room, cargo not go sad.
Oh.
Ah, good. So it will automatically deploy.
Yeah. So, Tiff, your next step would be thrusters.
Not in expanding my production.
You can expand your production.
I figured
But
10
also-
was a good number.
10's a good number, but so here's the thing, right? You don't have to be the person producing these space science, because the thing with the space science is it's not going to be useful on the other planets. It's only going to be useful on the planet that has research. And I've saved us a lot of time by making this stupid little satellite that's just constantly producing space science.
Oh, so I don't need to do space science.
No. You needed to do space science to learn how to do it.
I see.
So you no longer need any of that shit.
Oh.
So we can stop this madness.
Yeah, so you can stop this madness if you so wish. You don't have to produce space science on your ship anymore. I can cover that by just sending satellites where they're needed.
Alright, so do I need the carbon and ice anymore?
Yes, that's where thrusters come into play. You need all of that shit
see.
for something entirely different now.
Okay, so I can stop the space.
Yeah, so you can cut off space science. If you delete any belts on your ship, the items on the belt automatically go back into your hub.
Oh, is that how that works?
Yeah.
I just thought I was going into the void.
You will still want crafters on your ships for things. I'm just not gonna tell you what those things are yet. Kit kind of got the right idea about it on putting lasers on his ship, but you have a different defense turret style you could put on your ship instead. And you could just craft ammo for that the entire time.
Okay, so thrusters.
They have to go on the south side of your ship. You can put them in the middle of your ship, but they always have to face outwards towards the bottom.
And oh, okay.
Yeah. So, like, if you look at Sad's, right? His thrusters are at the bottom. You could do the funny pod racer thing of extending arms out to the front and then putting your thrusters on the bottom inside, but, you know.
Why don't you have walls? Aren't we supposed to have walls?
I have walls.
Who?
Oh, Egan. Okay.
So, my satellite... So, my satellite is safe where it is. You don't need walls, but walls are going to protect you from where the ship's going next. Walls are just very helpful for not ruining your spaceship.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they help. They're not necessary, but they help. This little fucker is going to be cheap to remake, and I'm just going to send these as many times as necessary to get them where they need to go. And they are going to more often than not get where they need to go. It's just deeper into space, these little things aren't going to be useful anymore, and I'll have to do different things. Yeah, walls add a lot of weight, but that said, they are very, very defensive and very, very helpful at not fucking your shit up. But deep space flight is going to require turrets to defend your shit.
Mm.
Okay. So thrusters.
If you want to see something funny, click the little book on the top right of your map thing to open up your Factoriopedia. And just search asteroid.
Huge.
Yeah. So, in other areas of space, you have different asteroid sizes. You have to break them apart before they break you apart. So don't worry about the big ones. The medium one is the most important one right now. Also worth noting, asteroids have a 90% resistance to lasers. This just means enough lasers will still break an asteroid, but, you know.
How many thrusters do I need?
As many as you'd like.
Is that bad to have a whole shit ton of thrusters?
That just means you need to fuel a whole shit ton of thrusters.
Oh, okay.
That's it. The last of our planets that we need to research is completing now.
Nice.
Which means we can choose which planet we want to go to once everybody's ships are ready.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pretty good chance we could just pile all onto one person's ship and go. But having more ships in orbit will have its uses. And having more ships capable of getting back and forth will also be super useful.
Understandable.
Mm-hmm. I need to return my attention to making columns of miners over here. Not that.
Okay, so I'm assuming I'm supposed to be making some sort of fuel.
More or less, yeah. The thrusters require 2 types of fuel. They have to be made inside of chemical plants. And then you need water to make the fuel, which you turn ice into water, which also takes a chemical plant. And all of this stuff can be made up in your space station. My satellite is a good example of how that works. We could also, if you don't want to build it on your space station, make it on the planet and then ship up crates of it to be, or ship up barrels of it, which then need to be unbarreled and then sent into things. But it is easier just to make them on your ship. So, if you have thrusters touching each other like that, you're going to need to be able to put pipes on the outsides.
Okay, so I need to move this.
Yeah, I'd say at least 3 spaces apart. You can make do with 2 spaces apart.
Okay. Good to know.
Mm-hmm.
Probably won't be able to fit.
You can also like put them at different elevations. They don't need to be in a straight line. Some can be higher, some can be lower.
We'll just do it like this for right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still trying to figure out how to do the
How to make the fuel?
Yeah.
The fuel is made in chemical plants.
Are these not chemical plants?
Nope. Chemical plants are to the right of the production assembly machines. They're the thing with the blue stripe. They're to the left of the yeah. You need at least 3 of those. More if you want to upscale and make more fuel.
And I'm gonna need the I'm assuming the carbon and
Yep, you need the carbon and the iron. And then you need the ice for water to go into each of the machines. Almost kind of works like that. So put blueprints on them, and then you can see which input and output needs what. And then you'll notice you need to pipe in water into each of them. And then they pipe out of the pipes. They don't need inserters to take from them.
So having them next to each other like this, I still need a pipe between them?
Yes. If you piped water into the top one, it wouldn't come out the bottom because here, let me just put one on here for you. That one, right? So that one doesn't put water out the bottom. It puts fuel out the bottom, which would be putting fuel into the water intake of the next one. You could put a water line down them and then like rotate them like this and have the outputs go to one side. That would work. But you'd still need the water input, which means you need to make water first.
Okay.
Or make water elsewhere on your ship and then pipe water up.
Okay.
Not enough chemical plants to fuel a rocket. All right, I'm gonna handcraft a bunch of chemical plants and fucking send them. Actually, I'm gonna make a machine to make chemical plants. I'm gonna do this the lazy way. You are going to craft chemical plants. And then I'm gonna make one next to it that crafts oil refineries. Not that we need oil refineries in space, but, you know. Be useful for shit.
So how do I find out what the other fuel is? I see water. Water makes sense. It's a blue drop. But what is the
Yeah.
orange drop?
The orange drop is under the space tab, and then you just click it on the item. Like, when you click it, you get the selection, the middle tab space. You click the orange drop. You hit E to confirm,
No,
and then
okay, okay. I get that. I get that. But oh, I guess I was in the wrong menu.
you might have been in the wrong menu. It happens. There's a lot of menus. That is a question. Now that we're in space age, do we want to keep the server just us four?
I thought that's how big the server was.
Yeah,
it's a max of 4.
It is max of 4.
Okay.
I'm the one that's currently paying for it, so
okay.
Just from a functional perspective, yes.
Okay, I moved that there correctly.
And then yeah, those are just ore and carbon. You do not need steel plates for these. But if you want to make ammo out in space, you are going to still need your steel plates.
Okay.
So if you wanted to make this more space efficient, you could just rip this entire thing apart real quick and then rebuild it. Oh, there you go. There's your chemical plants. And then to make ice, you also need to designate a chemical plant for ice. What'd you do? Oh, did you connect them all? Yeah. Yeah, you are gonna have to offset them down a little. Well, offsetting it in that direction wasn't the issue. It's when you exit from this pipe, these are going to connect.
Yeah.
Which means you would need these pipes down one. Which you can actually do with how you have this set up. You just be removing this output for the time being to move the water pipes down one. And then you could bring in the other pipes higher. It's spaghetti tubing is a little different than spaghetti belting.
Yeah, I know what it's saying.
I'll swap from that later if that can be good passive for the time being. Ooh, Skip's got it figured out.
There is an attempt, Ian.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. Also, with the fuel you're producing, you can use water tanks to store all the excess fuel that's not being used.
Way too long and now I'm home again. Do I need this third plant for anything?
Water.
Water? Oh, water,
So,
that's right. That's why that's
yeah,
there.
so you can do that.
But this guy doesn't need to be all the way up here. He can be back there somewhere.
He can be wherever he wants. Yeah.
He can be somewhere out there.
Honestly, the only thing important is that the pipes reach that far. You can
What?
do all of
for
your
the
liquid
laminar
crafting
flow.
up here. Sorry, what's that, Skip?
Yeah.
I was humming the 50 Goes West.
Oh, okay.
Tune. Don't judge me.
I got you.
I'm
Listen,
not judging you.
I heard you.
I just couldn't hear you because I was
I could
talking.
hear
Yeah,
the judgment happening.
I'm judging you secretly.
How dare you?
Another way to do some of this, Skip, just as a thing I've seen people do, I don't do it myself, but it's an option, is if you have the crusher outputting directly into your fuel sources. Or the crusher outputs onto a line that goes straight to your fuel sources. It is a...
Aren't they gonna make asteroid chunks? Yeah, so the line.
Yeah, but you filter what goes into the fuel. And then you stick the asteroid chunk onto a different belt.
Instead of trying to use the central repository as the...
Yeah, you don't have to do that. That's just another way to do things if you're finding it hard to make the best use of that space. You could have a thing that's literally just dealing with the carbonic asteroids and then putting the carbon straight into a loop for the chemical plant. And then you don't have the carbon touch anything else. You can do shit like that.
Tired, skip brain dumb.
Mm-mm. It's
I'm
okay.
gonna go with this for now and let my horrible monstrosity fend for itself.
How are you doing, Tiff? Do you need any help? Are you figuring it out?
I feel that. Okay, my pipes are connected correctly. Let's go.
Mm-hmm.
I've forgotten that I am a person on the ground. That I exist.
Your
I
physical
exist,
form, flesh's weakness.
I am a man.
All right, we've made 23 of those. That's enough. That is.
I am a surgeon.
Okay. I need to...
Where do I put the... I want to manually load some shit into the shit after I make it, because I don't think we're making storage tanks for fluids.
We can either A, start making storage tanks for fluids, or B, you uncheck the automatic request from space platform, and then you manually load what you want into it. And then you press deliver cargo.
Can I just make some and put them into my trash slots?
Yes, you could also do that. That's how I do it.
I'm just doing that. I'm gonna go down to the big factory hub though, and I'm gonna make a fluid storage machine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, having a remote factory hub like this is really useful. It's a central place for your bots to be, and then you can just have logistics bots making all the shit you don't want to belt. And technically it's unoptimal, but like, I don't want to belt any of this shit, you don't want to belt any of this shit.
Lightning rod seems spooky.
Yeah. So, you want me to tell you about our 3 planets
Nope.
we can choose to go to?
Oh, I mean that's dependent on the other folks that are here.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever they're.
Tiff might have been
Doing.
muted this entire time. I'm not sure.
I'm not muted. I don't know if I want to know. I want to be surprised, to be honest.
Well, I was going to tell you the basic gist of what you're going to see.
I figure we're just gonna get on a planet that's a little different than the one that we've been on.
That's kind of how that works, yeah.
It's a little spicy.
But we do have to choose a planet to go to.
Okay, the third one. That's my choice.
All right, well, the other two get choices as well. Do you guys want to hear about your options?
I kind of like the idea of playing planetary roulette. Because
Yeah.
that's
roll
silly.
dice.
Should we roll a die?
Let's roll a
It-
die.
Oh yeah,
if you
that's
want.
yes, that's a great idea. I'm also not gonna lie, it's fun to hear Egan struggle. Just be like,
The third one's a choice. The third one is certainly a choice.
it's my choice.
I'm okay with rolling a die.
I was just going to tell you, like,
No.
what the wiki article, not the wiki, the in-game Factorio article tells you. Which doesn't
No,
spoil
I don't
anything.
I just want to go in and just be surprised.
Okay.
We're gonna
We're gonna pick a planet, we're gonna arrive there, and everything's gonna happen.
listen. If we're gonna suffer together, and I'm on board.
My
Four.
dice has chosen number 2.
Your dice
Because
has
there's 3
chosen number...
options, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I divided the d6 by 2.
Hell yeah, ride or die.
Well, my only question is if you guys agree with this result.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay,
The
we're
dice have
so
spoken.
fucked.
The dice have spoken.
The other two options have really cool science. That one is my least favorite. I'm not gonna say it. I'm not gonna say it.
This one has suffering,
This one is suffering.
and I'm here for it.
This. I'm sure War is laughing his ass off. Fuck.
How many planets are there?
There are 4 more total. There are 5 total. There are 4 more, and then there's 2 regions of space, which are kind of like planets.
Why'd you roll a d6?
Because we can only go to 3 of them.
Yeah, there's 3
And then-
options currently.
Okay.
Why didn't he just roll a D3?
Okay.
I don't know.
I get it. I get the reasoning. Technically, you should roll a d3, but you know.
I mean, we could also say that
Yeah.
4 would also be 1. Because technically, when, 1 to 6, you could go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
I think we should roll a d3.
Okay, well, we'll do 3. Do you want to do average, best of 3?
No, just one d3. That's our choice.
All right. You got this, Tiff.
If it rolls 2 again, I'm fine with it. But, like, you guys might not have a fun time.
I don't care. We'll figure it out. I happen to like when we spawned in Hell on Terraria and it was just Tombstone chaos for an hour or two. I
It sure
actually I actually enjoyed that. That was fun. So if this is just a series of unfortunate events, then bring it on.
All
And
right.
so be it.
You gonna roll the
Sometimes.
D3?
Suffering is fun.
Suffering is fun. It's just that my issue is that planet doesn't give us anything of value.
The value of friendship.
I mean, it's cool. It's just, it's not useful till later. All right, are you gonna roll sad?
Okay.
All right, we're fucked.
Hey!
Let's go. All right.
The dice have spoken.
The dice have spoken.
This is the way.
Well, just to screw us, Skip. Hey, Skip. One of your constellation prizes would have given us artillery.
I do not need this.
You do not need this. Mm-hmm.
We ride or die together.
So,
I can delay gratification, Egan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a modern human.
I'm still not quite understanding the fuel and pipes situation. Like,
Wait, let me look. All right. So, got to do two things here. To get the water in the back, you have to run a water pipe, and you're also going to need to run probably a long inserter. For some of them, anyway. You want me to make a demo of anything for you?
no. So is the setup I'm doing right now and then doing a like in pairs, or should I separate these? Like, that's the question. Do I need to do fuckery with pipes?
You will need to do fuckery with pipes. If you put them together, you don't have to do as much fuckery with pipes. You could process them in entirely different locations. Entirely up to you. This, what you're doing right now, will technically work, yes. And what I would do with your current setup for water pipe is I would just put a chemical plant on the bottom facing the other way. And then that can make the water, and you can run the water up the middle.
Does anything
regardless,
happen if I put water?
Because regardless, you are going to have to do fuckery with pipes, and the pipes cannot touch. That is like the main rule: is two different pipes cannot touch. You can circumvent around that rule with underground pipes, but two pipes cannot touch. Two pipes of the same contents can touch. Two pipes of different contents, no touchy. We were going to ask Adam, sorry.
I was just wondering if the water I put into this thing, is it just going to stay there? Does it disappear if I'm not?
It just stays there
other
forever.
things at the moment. Okay.
If you want to store that water, you could put tanks. And then your fluid tanks would take all the extra water you're producing and just slowly fill up. Mm-hmm. So
Storage tank?
Yeah, water storage tank. So gift setup is a good example of making those compact. Sad setup is a good example of just input to output. You can really do it however you want.
Okay, why is there ice?
The ice
melt equal water.
Yeah, the ice makes the water. The water is needed to mix the fuel.
Aren't we mining ice, though?
Your belts are full of ice.
Yeah. So why do I need to manufacture ice?
No, you need to manufacture
melting the
water.
ice.
Is that okay? Is that not water? What is
No,
the
that
drops?
that is oxidizer.
Oh,
Yes.
For some reason, I thought that was water. Okay.
No. They could have done more to differentiate it, but yeah, it is just blue shiny liquid. You would need the ice to feed into the back of these, which you could totally just put a single machine making ice and run it down all of them if you so wish. Those pipes can touch because they're all the same input. And then you use they can use underground pipes to make room for the inserters to grab from the belt. Are you frustrated? Do you need help?
Why can't I use the ice I'm getting from space? It's not going to be enough ice.
I'm not saying you can't use that ice. I'm saying you need to turn that ice into water. You need to use that ice.
Oh.
You just need to turn that ice into water. You can't input the ice into the machine.
So the first one should be ice, is what you're saying.
It could be ice, yes. And then if you turned it around like that, then you could just run a pipe down the back.
Mm-hmm. One day I will receive the shit I've requested.
Is it not making enough?
I made a bunch of stuff for myself, and it's just like, yeah, you don't
Oh,
get any.
rocket capacity for storage tanks is 50. Yeah, you might manually load a bunch onto a rocket and just send it for the time being.
I also don't quite understand how the sushi belt for big space rocks work. They are not crushing the way that I want them to.
They are not crushing because they're not moving and they're not able to grab the next rock that they want.
Yeah, I'm aware.
Mm-hmm.
But how do I consistently get them to do that? Or do I just have to, like, give up and do some
you just have to give up and let them loop. Like, in all honesty, that is the answer. You just give up and you let them loop. See? And now they're all grabbing again. You can use wires and logistics to, when the belts are full and not moving, move them around manually. I mean, move them around automatically, but like this is gonna be what it's gonna be. This is why Tiff's ship is working pretty well, because Tiff has a giant loop around her entire place for the asteroid. And when one moves, the entire belt will move.
That's what this does.
Yes.
I don't understand why mine's so good. I'm just trying to... I don't know. Everything
Skips
I see
is good too,
that...
but Skips is compacted. There's not a lot of space on Skips.
Well, isn't that what you want?
Kind of. What I would do for you, Skip, is I would pick a specific, say, metallic asteroids. Have a filter arm grabbing the metallic asteroids and just toss them off your ship for the time being to free up your belt. Because metallic asteroids you can have a significant amount of, and you do not need nearly that much iron ore ever. They are a plague upon your ship.
Whoa, plague be upon
I've
ye.
noticed.
Whoa, metallic
Noticed.
asteroids be upon ye.
Mm-hmm. It is a annoying issue that, yeah. Now you just need the entire thing to rotate so it can keep grabbing. You can just flick the filter off for a moment and flick it back on and it'll do it too. You'll throw some okay shit away, but like when you put the filter back on, you can then start focusing down the metallics and then everything will start moving again eventually. The other way you could do it is you could have a definite endpoint to your belt. Like you have your insertion belt for all of your asteroids, and then you have your exiting belt for all your asteroids, and then your crushers are on the exit belt. But that would require you to rebelt your entire fucking ship again.
Yeah, which I'm considering.
Yeah, ships take a little time to get going well.
How much do I enjoy suffering?
I have fuel.
This is also why I said when the first ship is ready to go, we could all jump on the first ship.
My ship's almost ready.
Your fuel is filling up. Yeah. There is one thing you are missing from your ship that Skip has, however, sad.
Guns.
Yes.
And I make some storage tanks.
That too.
Tank.
I'm gonna go look at that. Where did you come from? Oh, there's just a little... Okay, I'm just gonna build out to it. Hold on. There is... Grab you. Hey, I copied you. What the fuck? I'm gonna build out in that direction. Just to stop things from spawning from there. Or just crossing over from there anyway.
Is this guy an input line or an output line?
Looking at that. That is going to be an input. What you have to do is go from down here and then go up. Yeah. The back of the ice machine doesn't go anywhere. Also, you can have storage tanks connected to each other. So, like, you see the outputs on the storage tanks. If those pipes are touching, yeah, they will just feed into each other. You can also fit storage tanks. You can fit one next to your right thruster. Your left thruster doesn't have the same room, but you could fit one like under it or something, or to the side.
Or for some extra red and some extra blue.
Yes. Also, if it's easier for you, Tiff, you could produce the ice at the bottom and then feed it up. If your
might be...
Yeah, if your belts are giving you a hard time, you can just do it the other way around.
Yeah, I think I'd rather, because it can go either direction. It didn't have to go a specific direction.
Yeah, it can go anywhere.
Okay.
Oh, also, this pipe doesn't do anything.
It doesn't?
No, the outputs are very specifically at the arrows.
Oh, so it has to go around?
Yeah, it'll have to go around.
I see.
I mean, you can put these 4 in a row and then just run a straight pipe down the back. That'll do what you want it to do for the water. You just can't do that for your outputs, because your outputs will have different liquids in them.
I see.
Yeah. Do you have a thing making underground pipes? I do. We have 2,400 underground pipes. That shouldn't be an issue for anybody. How goes this box of 1.2? Okay. I'm going to open up my rocket silo thing again. I'm going to make 3 more rocket silos. I'm also going to make a few more nuclear packs for people. Actually, I'm gonna hold off on that until the rockets are made.
Oh, there's no room on the rockets to send the tanks. Or there's not enough, I mean.
There's not enough tanks. You can handcraft
Yeah,
a
because
bunch
we
of
don't have
tanks.
an entire thing.
Or so what happened is because it sent 50 tanks, whoever took the 50 tanks has all of them still. You have to wait for 50 more to be crafted,
Probably
Mhm.
me.
which isn't an issue. You're probably going to use a lot of them. I don't know how to split stacks in space hubs. I don't think you can to send like half back or something. So they're just going to kind of sit there for a bit. Unless I specifically request like 10 tanks back, but then it's going to send like your entire stack to send back 10.
I have sent back all the tanks.
Mhm.
I don't need more.
Alright. I think I unfortunately have to take off.
That's okay. Have a good night, Sad.
Nice.
But thanks for many space adventure. I understand more things slightly.
Next time we can actually launch to a planet.
I have learned how to make fuel.
Yeah.
He has
But
made
yeah.
fire. Have a good night, Sad.
Yeah, I'll catch y'all next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
That's fine. The first ship we send isn't super likely to make it anyway. My recommendation is going to be when somebody thinks their ship is ready, make a blueprint of it, send it, see how well it went, then send it back. Or send it, leave it there, and then you can go on somebody else's ship when it's finally time to go.
Alright. I think the ship Shipperson is ready enough.
Yeah. Do you want to look at the star map, Skip?
Sure. How do I do that?
When you're in your map view on the top left, you have a button that says Space Map. That can show you the connecting lines between all of the planets.
Space.
And it'll also,
Ooh.
yeah, it'll also give you a statistical readout of the planet. Like the one we're going to has what's something weird on it? Only 50% of solar power in atmosphere.
Oh, I hate that.
Yep.
We're doing it though.
Yep. So,
Where's my extra treats, Egan?
hey, Sad, thank you for the raid. All right.
Yeah, no problem.
Do you wanna stick around to watch what happens when Skip sends his ship in a direction?
Sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to do that without you here.
I'll
Yeah.
perceive.
Okay.
I'll
you
watch
rolled-
along with Skip.
What did we roll?
We rolled 2, so we're going to Gleba.
Time for Gleba.
All right. So make a blueprint of your ship.
I did.
What you're gonna do is you're gonna select the hub. You see how it has like a transit thing for train setup? You're gonna swap the planet from Nauvis to something else by hitting Add Station.
Okay. So I have Navis, and then I Look on
You
the
might have to
space
hit
route?
add station to choose a different planet.
Oh, for Shipperson?
Yes, for Shipperson.
Alright, add in Gleba.
Does he not need to be on the ship?
You do not. You might add a wait condition like 3,000 seconds or something silly to send it back, just so that it doesn't land in orbit, turn around, come home. And this is what happens when we send the first ship to space. I'm just gonna
big
zoom out.
news.
Yeah. So the walls help. The walls certainly help.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, he's out of power.
Yeah, he's out of power.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Yeah. This is
Oh,
what I meant.
no.
This is what I meant by the first ship is gonna make it. And your hub was destroyed.
no.
Oh god.
Yep. That is what
RSVP.
happens. Yep.
RSVP to the Shipperson. You were a good ship.
And now to get your ship back, you just launch another ship platform and then you paste your blueprint over it.
Yeah, I'll that might be a job for next time on Dragon Ball Z. I also need to get ready for an early morning meeting.
That's
I
okay.
just wanted to send that off and suffer the consequences.
You might set it to build real quick, just so that by the time you get back, it's fully built.
Okay, that's not a bad idea.
Otherwise, you'll be sitting there waiting for the rockets to send up all the materials for your fucking
I'm-
ship again.
I'm gonna be real with you. I genuinely forget how to.
So on the map, top left, add space platform. And then you just name another one, hit create, and it'll just go.
I'm excited for the new name.
Mm. Shipperson 2.
The squeak wall.
The
squeak
squeak wall.
Fuck
Amazing.
Electric Boogaloo. We squeakling now.
All right, and it's
It's wiggle
arriving
dance.
in atmosphere in a minute. The rocket is going.
Hit launch.
All I've learned from this lesson is just I'm gonna add a disgustingly thick layer of walls to.
Yeah, you can do it that way if you don't want to add a disgustingly thick layer of turrets. And there it is.
So
I
what's
did add a bunch of
so
turrets.
You need
Oh, what?
more.
So are you needing laser? Or are you needing turret?
So the asteroids are 90% laser resistant,
Ah,
which is why War was hinting at people should go read the Factoriopedia built-in thing to go read their resistances. I mean, I knew that. I just wasn't going to correct anybody until they saw it. I mentioned it once to mention it once.
I remember hearing
I'll hear
craft
it that
bullet,
way.
and so like, okay, I guess I craft bullet, but why?
And then yeah, you just paste your blueprint over it, skip, and then yeah. When you get back and when we play next, this should be fully built for you.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, no, wait a second. Does he want to build it that way next time?
No,
he-
but at least I have something started.
Yeah, he'll have all of his groundwork done again. He won't need to do all the belting again.
Or waiting for materials to arrive.
Yeah.
I can go start making bullets.
But yeah, that's how walls work. One wall will destroy one large asteroid.
How do I even get copper to make gun bullets? Like, there's no.
You don't need copper.
You just need
Bullets are one steel
Steel.
plate. Yeah.
or plate.
regular bullets. Ugh.
Not steel. Yeah. You could make regular bullets, or you could send to space the red bullets, and then have your ship have a bunch of those.
No, it needs to make its own bullets.
Later on, you can get copper from asteroids, but it's a later thing. It isn't a thing we will see until we've conquered the first 3 other planets.
Okay.
Yep.
Next time. Good night, y'all.
Have a good night. All right,
Good
I guess
night.
everybody's hopping off, so I'll raid out.
Yeah, unfortunately, Egan.
Let's see who is on currently. Oh. Another Fox VTuber's on. Go raid them.
I dislike what this is implying for my future spaceship here.
Yeah, it's something.
Yep,
All right,
sure
everyone.
is.
Thank you all for coming out tonight. I hope you all enjoyed yourselves. I know I did. If you really enjoyed yourselves, check out my socials. I will be back Friday night for more horror games. Thank you two for joining me. Thank you, Sad, if you're still sticking around.
Yeah, thanks, man.
We will be back Wednesday for more Factorio unless something comes up. Yeah. Next time we launch more ships out into space and deal with actually trying to land on Gleba. It is worth noting, Sip, it's a very good thing you weren't in that ship because your loot, all of your inventory, your modular armor, everything would have been lost out in space.
Oh yeah, no, I wanted to test first, but
Yeah. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Bye-bye.